Alright, I've been toying with it for a long time, and I just think I got some pretty decent insight on the NBA, so I'm going to start doing a vlog on it. And so here's the first one. Opening night of the NBA was Tuesday night. It was sort of what I expected. I feel like the Pelicans, if Zion is there, they're going to be a force in the West, probably top 5, top 6. Since he wasn't, of course the Raptors beat them, but that also alludes to the fact that the Raptors are a better team than you thought. If you don't remember, the team that always pretty much pushed the Cleveland up against the wall, they never could beat them necessarily, was the Raptors. That's of course when LeBron James was in the East, and the Raptors did not have Kawhi Leonard. So Kawhi went over there, won a championship. Great player, one of the best ever. I don't know, not yet, but he's an incredible player. But the Raptors will do good this year, even without him, and that proved it Tuesday night. The next game that was really kind of what I expected, the Clippers ended up beating the Lakers by 10. The reason that happened was because LeBron James, as always, will not come through in the clutch. He only had 18 points in the game, I think, of which I could be wrong, but I think it was around 13 he had in the first half. I mean, he only has 5 points, if I'm right, in the second half. The sad thing was, if he'd had 30 and matched Kawhi Leonard, of which we know he can do because we've seen it, they'd have won the game by 2 points. The scary thing is, yes, that's without Kuzma with the Lakers, so they're going to get a little better. But by the time you work him into the lineup, you got to worry about gelling, and you got to worry about putting people in and taking people out and making people upset. So that can mess up the schematics even more. And then if you look at the Clippers, that's without Paul George, a 28-point average scorer last year, of which you think he's going to do probably something similar this year because he's probably, right in his prime whenever he gets back. So if his shoulder holds up, I think the Clippers are going to be number 1 in the West, right there with Houston. I think Denver and the Blazers are going to shake it up and be probably in the top 5. I think I went line by line with the Lakers this year and had them, and I was even favorable for the Lakers in my opinion on what I did, and I had them having the same exact record as last year, and that's primarily because LeBron James is not going to come through in the clutch, and Anthony Davis is notorious. He averages about 66 to 70 games a year. He's going to miss some games to injury. He's just injury prone. That's an average over 7 years. He's averaging 66 games. So, I just think that you're going to get more of the same from Anthony Davis. You're going to get more of the same from LeBron as of late. That's why he's won 3 championships and he's lost 6. If you're a LeBron fan, that's great. But he's upset you 6 times in the finals. You've been yelling for him to do something, and he would not. And the other teams have won. He's lost twice as many as he's won. That's just why I just don't think they're going to do much this year. I think the media's got a lot of hype because they back LeBron, and LeBron makes the league a lot of money. I get it, but they're not going to do much this year. So if you have high hopes for the Lakers, you might see a decent show, but it's not going to come up with many wins. On the East side, there was a lot of things there. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but I will tell you, the Nets, that's what I expected. Kyrie Irving's going to put up amazing numbers. 50 points last night, great, but he has the final shot, and they lose. That's the kind of guy he is. He's selfish. He's going to try to do it all himself, and until they get Durant next year, they're not going to be much. Kyrie Irving's going to be, once again, probably have a bad attitude, and more than likely he could implode, similar to the way he did with the Celtics. If not, he may incur another injury. He's hard on his body and is fairly injury prone. So we're going to see. I look for Kyrie to average close to 40 a game. He's going to have to for them to have a chance. But and sometimes he'll make that final shot and they'll win. But if you remember when before LeBron came back to the Cavs, Kyrie was there and he was setting the world on fire, but he couldn't win anything until he had another formidable force in LeBron. I'm not down on LeBron necessarily. He's just let me down 6 times, and so therefore he's not my favorite player. Turns it on when he wants, MJ had it turned on all the time. If you want to compare, there's no comparison. Y'all have a good one. This is CG out.